Corey just comes running over. He says it was spinning, but it wasn't going anywhere. Now this is what we got when it came here. Here's the pin that was in there. You can see the pin's never been bent or anything. So the day I took this off, because it was in the barrel and blah, 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 like I don't need that thing running in there. The point I'm getting to is it's missing the hub, the clutch hub. There's another piece that goes in here and fits through this hole. So when we went to put this back on the other day, the only way it would go on would be to fit through this gap and come out the other side. So I went and looked it up on the schematic, and it's missing this whole piece. Now when I took this thing off, there was no other piece on there. I just took it off and laid it on the top shelf in the shed.
I started it 6 times and it sold out once, but I didn't have any problem starting it. Just we didn't go anywhere.
Cool, man.
It ran perfectly, so you did a good job.
Alright, so we got to still, like I said, before anything, that high-speed carb needs to be adjusted.
I do have to put a bigger bar because the weight of that makes that thing flip.
Yeah.
But it does make the canoe go like this until you put somebody in the front.
Right. I probably got something in there you can use to strengthen that.
I got a steel bar.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, luckily I have that little gear case from the 3-horse I have that's on my build list. Well, as it turned out, look at this thing, talk about fishing line, holy mackerel. As it turned out, these parts did not fit in his motor properly. And when you look this part up, for his motor, 75, it's plastic or nylon, and then this is metal. Now I don't have the year on this thing, but I just assumed that all these weedless gear cases were the same. So it depends, this must be an off year because it does not have the same parts. So he's gonna have to order up that clutch hub. Yeah, it's just take a few days to get here. Alright, so I put a new retainer in here. Now it's not as loose. The threads in there seem a little crappy. Got a little rust going on right here. Anyway, you see these freaking kill switch wires? You see how just stiff these things have gotten over the years? And then if you look back here, right there, there's one hanging out and it hits this top of the motor right here. And it makes the throttle go thunk, thunk. Watch when I go. See that? See that? Not smooth. So I'll pull the plate off and try to fix that crap. See how this thing is sticking out? It's all flat right there. It should be under this. Or under this. Yay! Yeah! Alright. Now let's see. Yeah. Boy, it'd be nice if all this thing needed was that new retainer. Something weird was going on that last time. It's just, man, I would just touch it and revving like hell. Alright, I think I'm all wired up here. Alright, let's give it a kick and see if she kicks. Nope. I see smoke. Right here. Damn it! Well, I couldn't get the nut off. It just, the whole thing started turning, and that's not good. So I put it back on, but it didn't seem to be smoking until I held it for a while. Then it would start to smoke a little bit. So I'm gonna give it the old smack it with a hammer trick. The battery's at 12.62. Hey? The old smack it with a hammer routine. Ready? Oh, come on, boy. Look at it pull that fuel. Holy schmoly. That's as fast as it's going to go. Freaking kill wires are killing it. I got to cut that off. It's pushing it all back. Redo this, but it sounds great now. Thank goodness. That little red retainer right there cured it. I knew that bad boy was leaking. Alright, so I'm right before my 2 marks on the cam. Let's see where we at now. And it's way up before the 2 marks. So just as I start to roll it, right there it starts to open as it gets between the 2 marks. So just set this a little bit more. Plus this thing still had a little bit of play in it. A little bit of slapola. Alright, let's see where we at now. Where does my... There it is. Boy, as soon as you crank it, this thing automatically starts to move by itself from that slop. Okay, I've got to open it a little bit more. Really should be adjusted over here. Put it up on start position. Open this thing up a little bit more. Pain in the butt. Now, if you remember, this was the carb that had this jacked up high-speed jet in it. Somebody had tried to get it out, and it was all screwed up. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to throw a different carb on it and see what happens. I should have one in there. It's just a pain in the ass. I mean, you see right when I revved it up, boy, it just pulled that fuel out of somewhere. Smoking like a banshee. Anyway, she's much better than the last time. It's just, you know, getting through these kinks. And this was off of 72.25. And I didn't want to use it because it's so ugly. But we can fix ugly. It's got the 72D jet. A lot of people are like, no, you can't put that on a 20 horse. 25s are different, which they were. The 25 ended up being the 18 horse beefed up version. More weights on the crankshaft, you know. But anyway, trust me, I've done it. It works fine. Doesn't, you know, trust me, I'll show you one of my old motors, one of the best motors I ever had. Every time I put a 25 horse carb on an 18, 20 horse motor, it runs like it was meant to be. The last time I did the 35 horse carb on my 25 horse 80s model Evinrude, unbelievable. Gained 5 miles an hour, didn't change anything else, no intakes, no bypass covers. Just had an old carb, came on a parts motor, slapped it on there one day. I was like, holy mackerel. The numbers on it said it was a late 70s, early 80s, 30, 35 horse carb. Match made in heaven. My boat was freaking hydroplane. No special props, just your standard props. Anyway, I've got this carb, which is a 77 25 horse in beautiful condition. But come up around 77, this was actually made for a 35 and a 25. The jet is smaller, which would probably be a good thing on that little 20. This is off my 60 horse. Trying to remember what size jet was in here. I think it's only a 50D, something like that. This one, I don't know what this came off of, but I scrounged the numbers up here, and it's like, look at the throat in there, how small it is. But this is just for one cylinder. It came off a 3-cylinder motor. See, that's the difference. You know, 25 horse, 2 cylinders, so you got to have one carb that can feed both of them. On a 3-cylinder, it's got to feed one. So, trying to remember, I think it was like a 50D. Anyway, so I have the options. I can clean this up. I can slap this puppy right in. She looked pretty. And the linkage should work. Choke's already all hooked up. Same style choke and everything. So that's what I'm thinking. And the only reason I want to do this was to kind of rule out the carb. You know, that thing's all over the place still. It's better than it was the last time I tried to start it, just by replacing the retainer. So let's just slap this puppy on, see what happens. There's nothing to lose. This thing's going to take all day to clean, blah 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 blah. Now I could probably put this bowl right on there with the big jet in it. I bet you it'd fit. That might be a plan. Oh yeah, that'll fit right on. And then this, of course, is for your electric choke and stuff. But that might be a plan. See, it's really the same damn bowl. You look at it. This one's got a huge nipple on it for the fuel line. That's crazy. Oh baby, now she's looking like an outboard. Now this was the needle that came out of here. This is the needle from the other one. They're identical. So I'm going to use this one because it's going to be a little easier to adjust with the handle on it, and it all goes together at the end there. Go up to start position. Oh, my wrench went flying off. Off choke. Okay, now I need to adjust this. See this thing, the adjustment, much easier. Hopefully I'll have enough. I use the same rod. And hopefully I'll have enough to do this. Much easier than that old school crap. Better be easier, I'm gonna scream. Now that's a smaller jet than what would normally be in a 25. Also, all this stuff here is loose. I got one bad motor mount over here that's making everything, you know, like this thing's been leaning against somewhere for years and ruined that motor mount. It needs to be changed. Anyway, I think she sounds pretty good. A little tweaking here and there, and she's ready. You know, also too, kind of looked like this was moving just a little bit. That's how I can get more tension on it too. Go in there, the brass ring, and you take a screwdriver. The ring's like this, and you go north, south, east, and west. Take a screwdriver, anything, put it on north, flathead. Tap, tap, gently, so gently. Put it on south, tap, tap, same, super gently. North, south, east, and west. And what that does is it pushes those four corners down on the brass ring. So when it's up against the bottom retainer ring piece that this is screwed to, it gives it more tension, you know. It won't be this easy to turn. So you got north, south, east, and west. So what I do is just take a little hammer, north, south, east, west. And this stuff is so soft, I probably did it too hard. Usually you do, I do it real gently. Let's see what we got. I think I got it. It's a little stiff, but it's nice. It's kind of hard getting up to full throttle. Need to get it right there. But it should wear in, and it shouldn't vibrate. I hope it's not going to float like it was doing. All right, the rain kind of let up, but there's more coming. Anyway, just want to show you real quick. Got it all back on there. You can see where the roller is. Start position. I just want to show you that it's not going to float anymore.
Oh yeah, baby.